Hey there, true believers. Rain Kisaragi here with more Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 3, The Drowned City. Last time, we finished the Armor Road path of the game. Well, almost. Someone reminded me that there's something that I was missing. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, because I never turned in this quest. Thank you to the person who said that. I appreciate that. I don't know. I mean, sure, I guess. Even though you killed my brother. Well, I guess that's confirmation of that, then. Well, it's very sad, Princess. I wish I could have helped you. Yeah, level up. Cool, and we get the Armor Road emblem. Now, the Armor Road emblem is the other side of the Deep City medal. It's HP plus 100 and all stats plus 5. They're both pretty good, not gonna lie. Plus 10 all stats and plus 100 everything. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But that's where our second playthrough ends and where our third playthrough begins. So if you'll excuse me very briefly while I handle some administrative things to make sure I don't, ruin all the everything, let's go ahead and handle that then. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Basically, it was saving and making sure that that part of the video was good so that I don't lose that cutscene. So I didn't lose it. So, alright, so now let's begin a new game. A new game plus, if you will. The Ocean City Armor Road, far to the south, is said to have a ruin leading below the waves. As if tactily admitting it, the Senatists ruling over Armor Road have invited explorers to their city. The invitation drew throngs of eager explorers who gathered to traverse the undersea maze. But none of the throngs who came to challenge the maze were strong enough to master it. The impenetrable ruins became known as the Yggdrasil Labyrinth, and its legend spread further. You yourself are an explorer who has heard its legend and now sail to Armor Road to investigate. Your only objective: to challenge the labyrinth and win fame and fortune. Your hour is at hand, and also at foot. Let's go ahead to the Explorers Guild. Sure, the Nubian Crimson, why not? Cool. And we still have our party. Still just as good as they were, still all of the same levels and everything. They're still phenomenal. Let's see, what do I want to get you? See, Kira, I'm actually not sure what I want to do with Kira, because she's kind of got everything that she needs to have. Yeah, I don't actually know what I want her to have. I guess Eagle Eye. Why not? We could do something with that. Do you have Line Guard mastered? You do not, kiddo. You need to have Line Guard mastered. Rain. Health, sure. Boring answer. Unbind. You do have Unbind. I think it's in a line, too. Let's go with attack order. And Heather... looking for double action. Yeah, and I need front mortar. What do I learn front mortar? There it is. So we'll pick up learning front mortar, because why not? Let's go to the senators and see what they have to say. Your predecessors, that are also you. Cool. Cool. So let's go into the labyrinth then. Into floor 1, the waterfall wood. We get to keep our maps. We get to keep everything about everything. You step into the unyielding forest known as the Universal Labyrinth. Though many explorers have lost their lives in its halls, it is surprisingly beautiful. The breathtaking flowers here are enough to make you feel as if you are simply out for a nature walk. But you mustn't let your guard slip, even for a moment. Go forth, and 5th and 6th, and also an explorer, always remembering that this forest is fundamentally a dangerous place. Cool. We will certainly remember that this is a dangerous forest place. But first, we need to get all of our shortcuts. Because we have shortcuts to go get. Oh no, not Froggos. Let's run away from the Froggos. So on crevice, blah blah blah. Okay. Let's just get our way through the floor. These first floors are pretty pathetically easy. Oh, and I should explain why I'm doing this from the first floor, instead of, like, you know, just cut into the part that's important. Because this chain of events we need to trigger is actually pretty convoluted and complicated. So I figured start from the beginning, so that I don't miss anything by accident. So this way you have a... Oh no, not Great Lynx. He is also in the sinks. Oh noes. I should get an item that reduces the encounter rate, because, spoilers, we're not going to fight anything. There's no point in fighting anything for a very long time. With your first steps into the new floor, your spirits are high as you advance through the forest. However, a sudden, sharp voice calls out to you from behind. You turn to find a young explorer before you. He is blond with a stern look that hints at greater maturity than his youth would suggest. He asks, as if gauging your mettle. Though he is alone, his presence is somewhat fearsome. You wonder how best to respond. We're quite experienced. You tell the man that you are quite experienced adventurers, to which he gives a clearly mocking smile. Yes, you're correct, I wouldn't need. The man, who is clad in a red outfit of foreign design, shifts his gaze to the forest ahead. You follow the man's gaze to a powerful monster, the likes of which you've never seen, except for all those other times that you've seen. The mocking smile does not leave the man's face as he disappears from view into the forest. Well, that was rude of him. I don't know what he was on about. Oh, greedy lizard, you mean nothing to me. Yep, I figured I would go with that reaction because, well, I mean, we are veteran explorers. We don't need to worry about these FOEs. These FOEs are trivial at best. We don't even get any EXP from them, basically. That's... But, oh well, Kujira can go ahead. As you go forth, matching wits against them as dangerous monsters, you see a cloaked figure. Noticing you, the figure comes near. You can see it is female, and what's more, she is smiling. Hey Olympia, how do you know my name? Can't pronounce that word. Cheerful voice comes from the girl, who ignores your bewilderment and continues. Oh, Olympia, when she was happy. The girl smiles again and hands you one of the backpacks she is holding. Cool, I'll take a tent. I'm not gonna need it forever, but, you know. It's the thought. It's the thought. The girl called Olympia points to the right fork of the road ahead before continuing. Olympia looks again at the tent in your hands. Though she has said little, the girl turns to leave as if there's nothing more for her to say. The choice is yours. Investigate the campground Olympia spoke of, or continue on your way. Well, let's continue on our way, since we don't have any damage. And it makes no sense for us to go to the campground. So let's just not even bother. As your boots stick slightly in some mud, you take a second look at the path you tread. On closer inspections, there are certain spots here that are like a marshy wetland. It doesn't seem too deep, but the mud does put a noticeable damper on your walking speed. You shudder to think how easily any monster chasing you through this muck would catch you. You make a note to be careful of the mud from this point on. Okay, let's be careful of the mud, guys. Oh, if this seems kind of pointless to do this stratum, don't worry, it is. We're far too strong for this nonsense. It's, upsetting, but it happens. As you walk through the forest, you find a girl walking in the hall up ahead, looking around. She seems to be searching for something. She notices your presence and rushes over. Hello, Hypatia. I know how to pronounce your name now. Because of Dishonored 2. The apparent astrologer's blonde hair swings as a torrent of words streams from her mouth. See, her name is Hypatia. Agata. The girl massages her temples with her slender fingertips and sighs deeply. I've seen in-game Rain. I mean, he's an excitable ball of energy. No, I have not seen Agata. The girl's brow furrows, then raises as she addresses you again, her expression bright. Why not, Hypatia? Hypatia's blonde hair again sways violently at the intensity of her request. You pause before answering, hesitant to add to your obligations in the labyrinth. Yes, we're gonna help Hypatia. You graciously oblige the girl, who finally smiles and joyfully expresses her gratitude. You see the girl off as she leaves before resuming your explorations. We'll deal with them. We'll deal with their guild later, but for right now, we have another lizard to deal with. Goodbye, lizard. Oh, actually, no, I need to go this path. Durr. Yep, need to go this path, actually, because then I can go boop, boop. Doop 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 doo. Opening up all the shortcuts. Opening up all the shortcuts so I don't have to do anything. Yeah, we probably won't fight like anything but FOEs this entire playthrough. Just because we don't have to. There's no point. So we won't. It's really just that easy. Just as you are about to cross the hall, a dreadful presence suddenly appears before you. The monster seems to be highly territorial and appears to view you as trespassers. It would be wise to do everything in your power to avoid the beast if you hope to leave this room. The piercingly menacing feeling you sense, even at a distance, is proof enough of that. Your survival now hangs on your skill at watching your enemy's movement in order to avoid him. Avoided. And done. Technically, our actual important decisions don't start until the second stratum, but I figured we would just do everything just to have it done, really. That's to show you that they aren't affected by the marshland. It's a very important lesson to learn. Alright, we can avoid that now. You are about to open the door before. You are about to open the door before you when a figure suddenly appears to bar your way. The one who surprised you is a boy clad in ninja garb, an eager smile on his face. You're very clever. You're a bit taken aback, and not quite sure how to answer the boy's carefree, earnest question. Yes, we're explorers. You tell him that you are indeed explorers, to which he snaps his fingers excitedly. Just like he's a gang from Greece or something. You are still not quite sure what to make of the boy, or whether to honor his request. Sure. The moment you nod, a wide smile spreads over the boy's face. The boy takes up position behind you, ready to follow as you dodge the monster in the next room. Okay. We're actually going to dodge him this time, just for the sake of plot, really. After shaking off the monster that had pursued you and catching your breath, the boy pipes up. The boy falls silent, peers at you, then slaps his forehead and continues. Oh. Hello, Agata. You recall hearing the boy's name some time ago in the previous conversation. The girl calling herself Hypatia said she was searching for a boy by this name. It might be best to tell this boy that Hypatia was looking for him. Yes. Calls out Agata over her shoulder as he hurries on ahead. You can go the same way or return to the city to give Hypatia the news about Agata. Let's continue on, shall we? This would be a very tricky fight if we were doing this the first time. Now, we gotta remember shortcuts. These are gonna save our life. We should definitely open them. As you steadily progress through the labyrinth, a young man appears before you. His piercing gaze relaxes into a smile. He speaks slowly, as if choosing his words carefully. Luck had nothing to do with it, but okay. The young man then shifts his gaze deeper into the forest. He shrugs, his piercing gaze again fixed on you. He seems unlikely to bend his stance, though you may attempt to appeal to his reason. You ask him why he chooses... You ask him why those who are here to explore the labyrinth are barred from doing so. Sorry, I can't read. I can't read. The young man runs a speculative gaze over you before continuing. The young man nods curtly and takes up his firm stance, blocking your way. It seems your best option at the moment is to return to Armor Road and speak with the Senatus. Alright. And now begins the you have to go back and talk to people before you're allowed to continue the game thing. I mean, it's a fair bit of money. It's not as much as I'd like, nor as much as I need to outfit 2 new characters, but definitely take a thread. And we'll actually get our mission from the Senatus in the next part. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video here. It was a little long, but whatever. And we'll be back in the second part. So 1 second, everybody.